Strand reunited with his beloved Matason! And this episode's the definer, but there will be no defining anyone's opinion on this episode. I thought this was mince. I thought it was the worst episode of the season so far.
The Indians will take in Strand, but they will only give Troy a second chance. What is this, guys? Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. What even are the rules right now? We've seen that Jeremiah's been killed. Troy has been sentenced. He's been sent away from the land. Jake has just got his head up his ass right now, crying and just feeling sorry for himself. I don't know. The guy's went absent. He's just AWOL. It looks like Alicia is the new leader on the ranch outside of the Indian crew. And then we had Madison and Walker going, I don't know what mission, a water mission, and they end up finding Strand of all people. Weird episode. Very, very weird episode. And I think the show's began to dip a little.
Yep, it's dipping big time.
Now, I did like the mid-season premiere, but I do think we are going to see it get worse and worse now.
Yeah, with the loss of Jeremiah and now Troy, he's just went missing. It's going to nosedive for me because Jake was the weakest auto of the three, and he's left, and all he's doing is crying, and I feel like crying. But we do get Troy in this episode, but it's a hallucination, brother, because Nick, he's dehydrating. You know, he imagines stuff when you're dehydrating. You know, that's the gimmick in the desert. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Yeah, didn't get freed here by Troy, so Nick is still trapped. Madison then pays him one last visit before she goes for 3 days, because I need to go get water, Nick. Starts touching the top of his scalp. It's like, I love you, son. What, do you? Because why is he in here?
Yeah, I don't think Nick deserved this. He was trying to keep everyone safe. He was trying to reason with Troy, and his punishment is a night in the box. I didn't quite get that.
Nick got him to surrender. Madison performed about 3 heists on Walker's land and crew. But he respects that.
But Madison doesn't have to do any time in the box.
No.
But Nick does. See when you break it down, like, the show makes fucking zero sense.
Yeah, I was about to say that. See, as much as I've enjoyed this season to a Fear the Walking Dead degree, not, all-time TV show degree, it's been much better than what I thought it would be.
I'll give it credit, though. Even if you don't judge it by fear standards, I think it's been okay.
Yeah,
but if you judge it by fear standards, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, but once you start thinking about comments, the fucking logic is out the window.
Yeah, it seems like no matter what Madison does, it doesn't really anger Walker. He respects her, but anybody else does something against his people and they deserve to be punished and banished and spending nights in the box.
Yeah, and then it's things like Jake, I'll go sort out Alicia. She's like, they killed 5 of our people. That gives me even more reason to go. What?
I didn't really get that. At the start, though, we see Nick, he's hallucinating, he sees Troy, but it's not Troy, and eventually he does get let out by, I think, Walker's right-hand man, but he shouldn't have been in there in the first place.
I think it's Crazy Dog.
Crazy Dog, what a name. Shouldn't have been in there in the first place. We're running out of water. The residents are beginning to... They're beginning to get uneasy. The ranch people... Some of the ranch people are accusing the Indians of double-dipping SA with no proof of that. Nick and Alicia think that it might be true. Alicia goes to Ophelia and Walker, but they say, have you got any names? Like, no, well, not Walker, but Crazy Dog, and they don't really believe her because there's no proof. Meanwhile, some of the former army people that kind of like are no longer army people go to Nick and they're trying to think about teaming up to try and take down Walker's crew with just one gun. It's like, wouldn't it have been better if these guys actually stepped up when they had control of all the guns, when they had access to all the guns, when Troy and Jeremiah were still there?
Why did none of these guys voice their opinion when Madison's willing to let all these guys in? When they actually I don't get it. How did anyone... Like, Nick here seems to be the most anti-Walker guy all of a sudden. Why? You killed Jeremiah and let them in? How can people's mind just change like that? It's fucking flawed, man. It's garbage, it is. It is like, right, let's copy the prison in Woodbury, but logic is not here.
It's just not.
It is fucking baffling.
Yeah, eventually...
No, but it would be like Rick attacking Woodbury and the governor's like, don't really have any beef with you, Rick. I respect you. I know you've killed like 10 of my people.
My problem's that one-legged Herschel guy.
That bastard. I don't believe in God. He's an old white man. Fuck him.
I want him dead. So we get some fighting over the water. Alicia tries to fix things by saying there's only 6 weeks left of water, but that just makes everything worse. Everyone starts brawling. Then the ranch crew are attempting to like take back the land, I guess, but they basically see Alicia helping kids try to dig a new well, and they just put down all their weapons and they go and help Alicia. So it looks like for the time being, the ranch people have decided that they're going to have a truce with Walker's people and work towards trying to produce more water.
This is a ticking time bomb. What are we doing here?
I don't know what we're doing, but what are we doing with Madison and Walker?
Well, boring the tits off is they go into a market inside a stadium. I don't know what stadium this is. Mexico City, huh? And we find Strand getting beat up. And Madison, like, no, I don't understand. Why is she willing to, like, sacrifice herself here? Because she doesn't know these people. She grabs a shovel and starts beating up the head honchos. And for Strand, does not know what the repercussion's going to be. This is just plot armor and garbage plot armor. She's not a fucking man. She's a 50-year-old woman trying to beat up grown-ass fucking men here. She's like, no, but I think stuff like this is fucking cringy. That she thinks she's just going to batter 3-on-1. I think so.
Yeah. Just shit.
No, I think this is fucking horrendous. I mean, who does she think she is? Walking into this, it picks up a shovel, starts battering people. It's plot armor, man, with ridiculous levels, but Strand's like, I got to pay a debt, huh? I get the bed. She introduces Strand to Walker. Walker's not really happy with this guy. I don't get Walker. He seems like the Indian version of Strand, where they're both up Madison's arse. Then Strand has to pay off his debt by guarding the stadium, which he does to a decent degree until the morning where he near passes out, but then Madison trades in the tanker, and Walker's like, what the fuck do you do that, man? Oh, Uncle Ben here fucking raging. And it turns out it's alright because Strand's got a detail. He's got a 20 on a dam with Big Daniel in charge.
Yeah, so Walker doesn't have the money to make his deal for the tanker of water because Madison has took his money and she's brokered a deal with the people keeping Strand captured because she thinks it's a better payoff, because who needs a tanker of water when you've got a whole damn dam? A whole damn dam. So that was it really. Walker at first was kind of pissed off, but I guess in the end he decided that, you know, maybe it makes sense to team up with Strand and try and get a whole shitload of water. Will Strand be welcome on the land though? Who knows? There seems to be like some sort of race war going on the fucking ranch, so...
And there's not many blacks.
I don't think there's any black people, to be honest. Nope. Strand would be the first one, so...
I just don't understand this show. How is there so many locations with like thousands of people?
Plus, what would also be interesting if Daniel ever made it to the ranch? I mean, what side would he be on?
Yeah, well, that's true, right? But let's be real about The Walking Dead. We never seen groups of people like this. Maybe you could say, oh, Fear's trying to be different. But, like, what? We're in, like, rural America here, like, deserts, and there's just groups of people, thousands of people.
Yeah, like, checkpoints set up, and it's almost like... It seems more, like, futuristic.
Like, you've got the whole...
Not futuristic, but it seems like more like a post-apocalypse kind of movie, like a Mad Max or something, or, you know, like, something where... It's like civilization hasn't completely ended.
No, look at the original Walking Dead. Woodbury and the prison was like the only two groups, right? Then you've got that Mitch group.
Yeah, but even from when Rick woke up, I mean, it looked like any place he went, it was basically gone to shit.
Yeah.
There was no people around. Other than Morgan, he's like the only guy he found in the first episode.
It's fucking writings up the wall.
Yeah,
man.
we're like...
In Mexico, you've got that group that Nick ran into last season. Then you had like the bad guys there as well. You've got the people at the hotel. You had Strand's lover, the cartel man. They had their own group. This season, you've got this stadium. You've got the ranch. You've got Walker's people. Like, I get it. People survive. The whole population won't be killed off. But how can you have one show that's so different to the other one? Oh, but look, they're in Eastern America. This is South America. South USA, right? Border territory with Mexico. I don't get it. I didn't like this episode. It was absolute garbage for me. Slipping back to what the Fear the Walking Dead's best known for. Utter shite. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10.
Wow, I don't think it was that bad. Jesus Christ. I'll give it a 5. Thought it was alright.
A fucking 5?
Yeah.
Hi.
I thought it was alright.
Fucking some. You need to take your Fear the Walking Dead tinted specs off.
No, I don't really. I don't.
You said there was a noticeable decrease in this episode. And you've given it the same rating that you gave the last one.
I gave the last one a 6.
Well, hold on. I mean, a noticeable decrease, and you gave it a 1 down.
Well, no, I still thought it was interesting with like I thought Madison and Walker and meeting Strand and seeing that there's actually like civilization and places where you can go and negotiate and buy stuff and sell stuff. I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. And then obviously the tension on the ranch. It looks like instead of just the ranch people deciding they're going to be slaves, maybe they're going to fight back. So yeah, no, I thought it was all right. I just think I do believe it will go downhill. To give us a 2 out of 10 is fucking ridiculous, to be fair. It's a shite rating. But anyway, there you go, guys. 3.5 out of 10. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.